Well, hey, welcome to the show before the show, where I check to make sure everything is working. And this is a very unusual setup from what was regular. I have a microphone held onto this table with a C-clamp that is running to the camera that I use for work, which can run at 1080, but it's running at 720. It looks okay, though. Again, if this is all working, it's been a while. But how are you guys doing? I'm gonna wait for some people to pour in. I know it's been a while since we've done one of these, so I don't blame you. And I actually need to just refresh myself on what is in the set because, oh my gosh. Well, one, I missed a few, and two, I've only been keeping a minor amount of tabs on what is currently being spoiled for this set. I know a few of the cards, but hence the name Stumbling Through, because really, this is going to be a treat. I have really no idea what this set has in totality. I'm looking through just the Brothers War card image gallery to start, and I think that's what I left linked in the description. However, there is obviously, with most sets these days, a commander set tied to it, so we're also going to look over those if we have time. It's my day off, so maybe we do. All right. Yay. Read through these comments, but I'm gonna try to do this on my phone. Hold on. There's gotta be a way. Choose now. It's time. Stand out from the crowd and help people find and engage with you by choosing a handle. Should we switch our handle? Maybe. It's probably the 99. They probably just defaulted to the 99, right? I don't know. Hopefully. I mean, that would make sense. Okay, so it's not... I can't use YouTube Studio to monitor this. That's stupid. So let's go to YouTube, get an ad, and see what's up. Hi, gang. So if you're new to this channel, which I don't blame you, it's been a few months. You might be new, and you stumbled onto this episode. Congratulations. Best YouTube stream ever for MTG content. I can't confirm or deny that. It's all subjective. I think these streams go okay normally when we do them. I'm curious to see how this is coming out. It's so interesting because, wow, oh god, how meta is this? I look so like pink in my monitor, yet on the stream, less pink. That's good. All right, at any rate, I went here just to look at the live chat. Long time no see. Has been a long time. New glasses, another banger. Yeah, these are Warby Parker. These are Warby Parker hunters. I want to call them. I think they're called hunters. I look like a direct porns or something for a living. I initially really liked them because I wanted aviator style glasses, but the more I wear them, I'm like, God, I look a little sleazy with these. My other glasses are yonder. I like wearing these mostly because they're light as hell, and they're pretty indestructible. These are what I wear when I'm motorcycling these days. Yo, Pat, what's good, my dude? Not much. I've been busy with work. I rarely get time to truly relax because it's just there's just a lot of work. I was up till about 2 a.m. last night just working through content, which, you know, I would never recommend. Like, that's not healthy. But I do want to clear my slate so that I can just jump into God of War and not have to think about work. Wouldn't that be great? Are you guys also hyped about the new God of War? I have a PS5 sitting in the other room solely because I wanted to play God of War, and I have been waiting. I bought the recent Horizon game. It's okay. I remember I stopped playing the first Horizon game because it just felt inorganic with the way the quest lines were shaped. And the gameplay itself was fine, but once you learned the mechanics to combat and you realized that the blast sling was just the best damn weapon in the game, you kind of just conquered everything. So the challenge was lost and the quests were boring. This new game is a little bit better. They throw a lot more at you. The God of War, though, The 2018, fantastic. This new one, Ragnarok. I mean, IGN says it's a masterpiece. When have they ever been wrong? Or, before you buy, you know, Game Ranks, they liked it. Totally just ready to, that's what's up. I'm totally ready to play that game. I've been playing Elden Ring on my Steam Deck. And I somehow managed to have all the next gen consoles, not to be a brag. Well, one of my colleagues bought a Steam Deck when they weren't available and sold it to me. And now they're widely available, which is great, and I highly recommend it. The PS5, not so much. I'll probably sell that after I'm done with God of War. Literally, that's all I wanted to do with that system. And I just haven't been playing games, though, that much. Neither digitally or physically, although we are trying to set up a card night, I guess card weekend, technically, over at Justin's, who's in Connecticut now. So that should be fun. I'll take the motorcycle over there too. Kanye West's secret lair announced. Stop. Is that true? You know, you might get me to actually look. Wait. And you know what's interesting? I haven't followed Secret Lair whatsoever. Not that, you know, I'm expecting mechanically unique cards from these anymore. But have there been new mechanically unique cards? I feel like I would have heard outcries. Oh, little chibi. What are these? There's Post Malone's Secret Lair. Cool. He seems like a genuinely nice dude. I didn't think there'd be Secret Lair for him though. What would that include? What, like, is there like a card of him, that meme where the girl throws the bronze stage? Is that a card? Like, are they gonna choose anything fun, or am I? Oh, they're lands. Oh, cool. Post Malone lands. Will Post Malone use his own Post Malone lands? That's what I want to know. I'm very curious. Past sales. Why would you look at past sales? I guess if you just want to see the catalog. I'm sorry. None of you are looking at what I'm looking at, and this is highly irrelevant. No one. Don't buy into Secret Lair unless you really want the art. But how are you guys doing? Fill me in on your lives. What have I missed out on? I've not played Commander in quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie, but I do know a thing or two about Commander. Okay. And the title of this video should say it all. We're gonna go ahead, ram our heads right through the Brothers' War, right? Where that third sibling no one knew about. I want to just check out what's in the set. I asked for suggestions from our Discordians, and Will, thank you, came through. Literally the biggest suggestion pool of cards. I'm assuming all of which are from both the Brothers' War and the specific Commander sets based around it. So we're going to take a gander at all of those. I'll give you my feedback as to whether these cards are valuable or useful to you based off of what there is in the catalog of MTG's card lineup already. There is a mess of cards, although I gotta say that we can always use a few more utilities. And from what I was seeing, the set has like a ton of really great utilities. So I'm stoked. There's a Kirk called Post Son of Rich. There's a Kirk called Post Son of Rich. Is this real? Crick and Bolas Citadel. I've developed a plastic crack addiction to accompany my cardboard one. Nice. I'm happy for you. Oh no, that's not good. No, that's not good at all. I'm actually able, so I have, okay, it's been a while. I like using my work camera not for work, by the way. Does this look good? Do you like this? Look at that. God, Sony. Is there lens breathing? Hold up. Sorry, I haven't used this before. There's this thing called USB-C. It's like, it's something baked into the software of this camera, but it'll automatically detect as a video camera, almost like using, if you've ever streamed or wanted to stream or use a webcam for Zoom or whatever, You normally have to buy like a HDMI pass-through, something that'll convert the signal into something your computer will easily understand. This though, this is great. It's actually working. I might bring this camera home more often, and then I have the world's most expensive webcam lens to only operate at 720p because I need a better USB-C cable. Don't worry, it's just Warhammer 40k. Oh, okay. Okay, so while we go through this set, if there are any cards that I missed, let me know. I know that there are a couple other sets that I've definitely passed over that just looked okay, but I'm sure I missed a card or two, so if there's something new that's great, or something new that was reprinted in the set and I'm commenting on it, feel free to stop me. I don't want to talk about cards that exist, okay? Don't make me talk about a braid. If a braid came out ages ago. How does this video go infinite? I'll tell you. I'm just gonna leave the stream running indefinitely. And until it stops, you could say it's technically going until infinity. How about that? No, I do miss doing those shorts though. Honestly, they performed well. they one performed well, but two were entertaining. So those are important qualities for a video these days. But I don't know where to put this cell phone. Really right there. What do we miss most from the channel? I'm curious. So obviously it's been a while. Like I said, when I come home from work, the last thing I want to do is more work. But today, and what I want streams to feel like moving forward, is not work. I don't want this to be work. I just want this to be super casual, fun times with you guys. So videos that go infinite, that requires thought on my part, scripting, filming, and then obviously cutting it together, right? These are nice because they're one and done. I just have to sit up at 3 a.m. and do a stupid looking thumbnail, which will hopefully be successful for roping in many fools to get this fool's opinion. But we'll see how that functions. The thumb game on YouTube I've never quite gotten a grip on, I would say. I feel like Matt Pat over at Game Theory does a fantastic job with his thumbs, but I'm fairly certain that that is like a large effort on their part. And now that they have a formula down that wins or is successful at getting your attention, I feel like, you know, they sort of rinse and repeat, but it is a very like developed thumbnail. This thumbnail though, no, not so much. Let's see here. Welcome back. I'm excited for the one drop that Cab Exile enchantment or artifact. Oh, the what is it called? The cockroach, the millipede, hold up. Haywire Mite. That one. Yeah, we'll talk about that one. I rewatch these shorts pretty often. Oh, no kidding. Yeah, so I'm glad. I'm glad you like the shorts. I liked doing the shorts. Honestly, on the TikTok, I was contemplating doing brief snippet update kind of vids, or fun, entertaining kind of vids that wouldn't, or that were low lift, ideally. I think that's something that can be done. I don't know. It would be nice to do though. I'm glad that the shorts still, live on and they're enjoyable. Some were better than others. I can't say I didn't try though. But no. So this set though. Let's looks like we're beyond the start point here. Let me just make sure I've got this up on my other page. So the Brothers War, fully announced, fully released. If you want to see all the cards that we're going to be going over today, I'll highly encourage you to go to the link in the description. I think it should be the topmost link for you. But let's go ahead and get this started. I forgot you had a TikTok. Yeah, so I do have a TikTok. Don't worry about the TikTok. I very casually use that maybe like twice a week. And then I'll be on there for like an hour. I'll have wasted an hour and then I won't look at my TikTok till like another week later. And also, if you send me messages on TikTok or Instagram or anything, I never check messages. I'm sorry. Although, if you are on the Discord before we begin, that is the best way to get in contact with me. Just add me there. Generally responds within 24 hours. Okay. Should we start? So, I have a short list here that, again, Will, thank you, threw together. I can't imagine these are all gold. We'll see, though. Before I get into this, though, welcome back to the 99, where we're focused on brewing a better competitive commander. I'm your host, Patrick Marlette. If you don't know me, well, now you do. Congratulations for finding the channel. This is not why we're stumbling through. This is because I want rum at 10 a.m. in the morning, and that's just how I'm going to roll today. I haven't had a glass of liquor in a minute. So, Allie and I have been getting into, this is my personal bottle, okay? I have another one for guests. That one I also lick. Allie and I have been getting into football, and we've been going to local bars and drinking a lot of beer. And I gotta say, I'm not into beer, but that's just what you do when you're watching a football game. At least that's what the locals do. Because most places only have beer bottles here, or like no taps, or just beer tap, and like the liquor drinks are just outrageous per cost of beer, so you just do that. I haven't had a good glass of liquor in a while, so don't mind me. All right, so I have a short list here. We're going to start with that. We're going to go to this beautiful screen sharing page. Did it wobble for you? I bet it did. But here we are. So this is where we're going to go ahead and just image search the ever-living shit out of this long-ass list of cards that I was told are great from this set. Now, I can't guarantee, because this isn't categorized or organized in any such fashion, to say that this is the commander set, this is the main set, so we're just going to look through what I have here. So no particular order, no rhyme or reason. Isn't that maddening? Oh, here, the 99 is active again? Hi, Wyra. Woohoo, the king has returned. Oh, thank you. Thank you. What a welcome. Much obliged, my minions. I've never thought of you as minions, though. I've only ever thought of you as friends. Did anyone else watch Rings of Power, by the way? Fantastic series. Okay, so the first card on my hit list here, and I'm going to go through, let's do this. I'm going to go through 3, and then I'll revert back to the comments. How about that? That seems good. That seems like a good strategy. Do you see when I open up the Finder on my screen? Because this is how we're doing it. Calamity's Wake. Oh, yeah, this one's good. Okay. Let's zoom in on this puppy. Zoom on this puppy. How do I... Oh, God, not like that. That's better. Ooh. Pinch to zoom, baby. Pinch to zoom. Okay, so if you've not seen Calamity's Wake, 1 generic, 1 white, instant speed, uncommon from the set. Exile all graveyards. To include your own, that's okay. Or maybe it's not. Don't run this if your strategy relies on your graveyard. Let's start there. Players can't cast non-creature spells this turn. Exile Calamity's Wake. Did you just say the second part of this spell is a silence? And I did. I did indeed. You're going to get to use this once, unless you riff sweep this back, or you, what is it, pull from eternity. Unless you want to grab this from exile, it's a one and done thing, so you can't use this after you've breached in your Boros build or something. You're not going to be able to double down on the silence effect, but for an instant speed, 1 generic, 1 white, shut down graveyard, shut down opponents, because the things that are going to happen off turn that usually win the game, most wins are non-creature. Right? Outside of Thassa's Oracle, I'm sorry, and Labman, but you get the idea. It is interesting, though, because normally when you cast Thassa's Oracle, you'll wait for her to resolve, which she does, and then you put the Tainted Pact, the Demonic Consultation on the stack, right? That was the general strategy, at least as I recall. Has that changed? Probably not. So if you're playing like that, you asshole, then this just right in your peanut butter. It it tells you, well, you can force them to play the tainted pack before the creature resolves, right? So you can get that out of the way. I don't know why you would do that. Just a thought. What in the, in the what's more department though, and what makes this really special is the fact that it's only 2 CMC for 2 great effects. And it's uncommon. So there's no reason you shouldn't own this. Right? Okay. Are we on the same page? Okay. I hope so. Okay. So there are 2 cards here. And these have seen too. These have seen too. Will, good suggestions. Lorna the Third Path. Loran of the Third Path. 2 generic, 1 white, 2/1 body. Legendary creature, human artificer at rare. So she could be your commander. That's cool. As a scholar, she saw the Silex not as a weapon, but as a key to the past. Oh, she's like Anastasia. Vigilance. So, damn it. Don't I wish that said Flash instead? It would be really good if it did. When Loran of the Third Path enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. Oh my god, Rex Sage in white? What? More importantly, speaking of Thassa's Oracle, because... do I need to speak of that? Was she banned? Let me know if I bring up something that, like, I mentioned Underworld Breach. Is that banned? Probably not. Dockside Extortionist? Probably not. I have no idea what's going on with the ban list. I don't care. I would just encourage your play group to just play with whatever the hell you want. That's fun. At any rate, tap her. You and target opponent each draw a card. So if it is still a thing, Thassa's Oracle can get fucked. Sorry, this is not a show for kids, if it wasn't apparent. Good. So, as your commander, not good. Oh wow, Zakop is good. This is good. Check out the look at the autofocus on this. Wait. Oh yes. Look how smooth. Look how smooth that autofocus was. I'm sorry. I'm just so impressed. I literally got this camera a week ago. Just give me a moment to revel, please. Okay, so that's good. As your commander, no. No. Don't do that. You're better playing like a White Angels builds with one of the past legendaries that I saw, and I can't recall. There are better mono white commanders. Teshar's one. Gotta love a Teshar. Also Oswald's one. I'm most excited to see the artifacts and some of the utilities here. By the way, that last spell, Calamity's Wake, totally a card worth putting in a mono white deck like Oswald. At any rate, moving on. Loran, Disciple of History. I guess this is her in her younger years, or this is just her on her weekends. I don't know. I really don't know. 3 generic, 1 white, 3/3 body. 4 for a 3/3, that hurts. Legendary creature, human artificer. So again, this was a suggestion. It could be dog dick. And it looks like we're going in color order. Thank you, Will. Whenever Loran, this one's Laron actually, I'm sorry. This is a completely different character. Same spelling. Disciple of History or another legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Or another legendary creature. Okay, so if you had a strategy that blinked or manipulated your commander, who's that guy? Who's that guy? It's... He was in Commander Legends. He's behind me in a box of chaff. Not that he's chaff, but that guy is the dude that exiles things. But basically, he'll put them... He'll have himself enter under the battlefield under your control. Am I lying to you? That guy, I think he blinks himself or he blinks other people. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Is this effect good? Of course it is. Of course it is. Most of the value artifacts that you are going to want to whip out during a game are going to be in the 0 CMC to 3 CMC slot. Depending on your build, like if you're playing a stacks build, of course you'll have some 3 CMC artifacts, because those are the bee's knees, right? Your Trinity Spheres, all that good stuff. But it goes down from there. And a lot of the combo cards, like your LEDs and such, exist in that realm as well. So is there something that's immediately standing out to me as a win-win with this setup? Maybe something with MEL. Maybe something with MEL, right? MEL. Y'all heard of MEL before? Have y'all heard of MEL before? Let's screenshot. Okay. Probably should have had this up to begin with. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I show URLs. Oh no. No. Oh no. We want to always show toolbar full. There we go. Yes. Look at my toolbar. See how I navigate the web. MEL. Exile another target creature you control, then returns to the battlefield under its owner's control. Yeah, there ain't no... Even Black Lotus doesn't make this useful. Okay, never mind. That blink's way too expensive. But the idea is there. Do I like Lair, Disciple of History? I think it's interesting. I'm sure you guys probably know better than me, though. Is there a combo I'm missing? I'm going to turn to the audience in this moment of weakness. Let me see here. Okay, so... Yep, but the 99 is active. Yep, liked Adar a ton. Adar, I believe you. I'd have to say the thing I missed the most was one very handsome man who was in some of the recorded games. Anton, I think. Oh, fuck. Get out of here. Leave. I thought you were complimenting me. I'd really like to hear your take on M30 Secret Lair. Is it just art-based? What's M30 Secret Lair? Fill me in. Matthias. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Matthias. Trev the Tree says, if I were any minion, I'd be minion of the mighty for cheap 2-turn wins. We prefer Uruk. Yeah. So you did watch Rings of Power. The other very handsome man, sorry. Rings of Power was way better than expected. Durin and Disa, yes! Durin and Disa were the best part. Yeah, there wasn't enough. I don't think Durin and Disa popped up in the finale. Am I wrong? Like... The dwarven elements of that show were probably my favorite, and the relationship between Durin and David Bowie, the actor who played Elrond, who looks a little like David Bowie. My fiance keeps calling him David Bowie. Anyway, great if Pat sees his shadow, he will get no content for 6 more months. Oh God. Well, it's luckily for you, there's lights blasting me from a singular direction, so odds are unlikely that I'll see my shadow. Fun fact, Felden can revive his wife, Loran, with the release of Brothers War, and because you create an artifact copy, she can optionally destroy herself. Do with this info as you will. I like that. Nothing is banned yet, but Dockside is being considered. Oh. Someone doesn't like treasures? Are we upset with treasures? Abdel? Is that... No? Okay. No. Is this CDH set review from someone that doesn't know the 2 biggest win cons are banned or not? No. Are they... What are the 2 biggest... Did I not just say? Thassa's Oracle? And Ad Nauseum's not a win con. What's the other win con you're referring to? I'm curious. For most of the decks that I've seen that play... It's Thassa's Oracle. I'm sorry. Tishar stuff. Yeah. You really don't know about M30 proxy card. Oh, yes. Yes. I ignored that. I thought we all did. You want my feedback on M30? Spend the money. Totally worthwhile. Yes. No, that's stupid. No. You really want my opinion on this? Okay. Before we continue, don't spend that much money on cardboard. Secret Lair has just been a printing press for cash since it was incepted. It's not like it's any big surprise. It doesn't cost them anything to reproduce these cards. I wouldn't spend $1,000 unless you're a hardcore collector. And if you enjoy this hobby, then no knock on you. That's fine. Like, really spend your money however you choose. If you're asking me personally, I would never do that. I spend multiple thousands on camera gear and motorcycles and the shit that revolves around that now. Entertainment and experiences. Those are things I care about, right? But I wouldn't spend that much on cardboard, technically, and I wouldn't recommend it. So, moving on. But yes, I did in fact hear about M30. Yeah, I didn't know that was what it was called. Okay, meticulous excavation. That's what it is. So, for 1 white enchantment, 2 generic 1 white, return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. Ooh. If it has unearth, instead exile it. Then return the card to its owner's hand. Activate only during your turn. If it has unearth, instead exile it. Then return the card to its owner's hand. Huh. I see. Okay. Activate only during your turn. That's cool. It's a nice utility. I think with cost reductions, you can probably do something here. Let me know if there's a combo that you have in mind for this, but it's another interesting utility that obviously exists on the battlefield. It's cheap. Does Sithis want it? I mean, what's cool about this with Sithis, if you just need a draw, I'm just looking at this from a value standpoint. Maybe there's some special utility with some unearther that I don't know about, and that's okay. Again, unless the card says win the game on it with another card that easily makes that accessible, then I wouldn't really say it's like the most viable thing in CDH. Like if you have to put in work to make the win happen, good for you. But also, if I can't immediately connect the dots, then I'm just going to imagine that there isn't an immediately accessible CDH line of play with this. But again, correct me if I'm wrong. I could totally be wrong. And I totally have been wrong before. Dockside Loops and Boros. Yes, fact. There you go. Well, I guess until it's banned, right? But that's infinite mana. What else? Wasn't there a new kind of, sort of Dockside in this set? A shitty one that like makes artifacts that tap for generic. It's not going to work. So I guess anything that produces enough mana to get away with this, that's really cool. You would need to cast the thing. Yeah, okay. Meticulous excavation. Excavate to your heart's content. Excavation breaks Dockside. Boros Loops of Dockside. It's mono white Tamir Sabertooth. Facts. He's mono white Tamir Sabertooth. Although Tamir Sabertooth is what is the cost of Tamir? Is it also 3? Okay. Bearing in mind, 4 CMC over the very modest 1 CMC. That's fantastic. Wow. Good on you. I do like this. It's so funny. I haven't played Savala in ages. So Tamir Sabertooth is a card I've not thought about in a long time. It's so odd that is like a genuinely good utility on a card, though. What I do like about Tamir Sabertooth over Meticulous Excavation, though, is the fact that there are far more tutors to get Tamir in play or in hand as opposed to Meticulous Excavation, unless there's like a new great, what is it? The gift of blessing, gift of whatever. There's only one recent to mind enchantment tutor that I can think of that works with this. Anyway, my rel. She's right there. So this is a card that was spoiled earlier on that I saw, and it looked like she was 2 CMC, but she's not. That doesn't mean she's bad. We'll look at her. So my rel, Shield of Argiv, 3 generic, 1 white, 3/4 body, human soldier, legendary creature. She can be your commander. Ooh. And in that ultra rare slot. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. So, if you're one of those people that needs Grand Abolisher, you just need it. You can't play the game with other people playing the game. Then Myrel's for you. Whenever Myrel's Shield of Argiv attacks, create X 1/1 soldier artifact creature tokens, where X is the number of soldiers you control. That's pretty dope. That's really dope. Is it as good as, like, what's that girl's name? Ernesto loves playing her. It's not Jaleva. Najila. Is it as good as a Najila? This effect, this is the bottom effect by itself, obviously not. Najila is obviously better. I think this is fine. At 4 CMC, it's still noteworthy. I think it's cool to see another Grand Abolisher in the world. Cool, quote unquote. I don't really care for effects like this because I shouldn't have to be playing this way. You should be able to just you should be able to at least have an inkling of what might be going on at the table to where you'll make a better play than just have to force yourself to like search the creature, play the creature, stop trying to play against me. I don't want you to play magic, and then try to go off. Like, that's just a very weak strategy. If it comes off of an ad nos, then sure, but then you also have silence effects that are superior, in my opinion. Like, I would rather run, in place of a Grand Abolisher, or I'd rather run the Calamity's Wake as just another silence, because there's a dual utility there. That sounds better to me. And I would only need it the one time, right? Because like when the Grand Abolisher goes down and they don't win the game, they're just casually playing it, it's fine. And then you sort of get the benefit of it later, but it's just going to be fodder to a wipe. This 3/4, though, maybe not. She seems pretty well built. Recommission. Have seen this one. This one is dope. Return target artifact or creature card with a mana value of 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. 2 CMC. Oh, so good. My favorite recovery card is Argivian Find, right? And this is a really great oldie. I think they could reprint it. I'm surprised they didn't. Return target artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. So flexible in a different way. What's nice about this, though, obviously, Dockside, get the Dockside back, or artifacts in general. So depending on your build, it's only sorcery speed, mind you. It'd be really good if it... I didn't read the latter half of this effect. It's rather irrelevant to me. You get +1/+1 counter on it if it's a creature. Cool. So the real value here is the fact that you can recover a lot of your combo pieces that fall into that 3 CMC slot, right? I don't know, if for some reason you're an idiot like me and you're running Blasting Station, well, you can grab that. You can get that back. There are clearly better utility creatures that this could go with, like any creature that ETBs and wins the game, tutors for something, makes mana. This is really a good card, and it's only, again, 2 CMC, and hyper splashable because it's only 1 white. We'll look at one more before I go to the comments again. Soul Partition. Exile target non-land permanent. I'm going to go through all the white. 1 generic, 1 white, instant speed. Exile target non-land permanent. For as long as that card remains exiled, its owner may play it. Ooh. A spell cast by an opponent this way costs 2 more to cast. Okay, so what I like about this, it's interesting. It is such an interesting piece of removal, piece of recovery. Like, it's a piece of protection in the same sense, because you can exile your own thing, right? Provided it's not a land. I like this a lot. Am I Dockside? I'm trying to think of the main utilities for this on your own turn. Obviously, being able to recast something that is of value is clearly a win-win. Being able to use this in a pinch, like what's the card? Unexpectedly abs. So this is almost like Unexpectedly Absence in my mind. They're not quite the same, but sometimes you would use Unexpectedly Absence to just put this beneath, right on top of your deck, right? But you'll also use Unexpectedly Absent sometimes to just bounce the threat or remove it from the board, right? Non-land permanent, same sort of story. This is essentially the same thing, except it's tethered to this exile clause. And the fact that it increases the cost of that card, I feel like this replaces Unexpectedly Absent in a lot of the same decks that would care to run that card, which were generally mono-white. You would maybe splash it in a list that was 2 colors, but Unexpectedly Absent at its cost of X double white, which was generally only ever played for double white, is probably not worthwhile when Soul Partition exists. This looks like a really good card. I need to buy this. Okay. Takasia's welcome. 2 generic, 1 white. Look at them boys. Look how happy they are. Is this a story spotlight? Yes, it is. Enchantment. For 2 generic, 1 white. Whenever one or more creatures of a mana value of 3 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, so I have a what is this? What are these? Oh, they're white. There is some white in there. I was so confused as to why I was seeing artifacts here. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna go back with you guys. I'm gonna read it from here. You can return itself to its hand if you wanted. Glad to see you back, Stephen. I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to see you. In the comments section, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more on the 99. And also tell your grandma and your friends this holiday season that I'll be coming at them with magic content. How's it going, Pat? Glad to see you emerge from your lair, my secret lair. Ooh, right after Post Malone's. No one would buy that. Not Najila, mono white, bad. Yeah. Myrel makes Druid's repository better in Najila. Ooh. I believe her name is Archeon, the ever-chosen Grand Marshal of the Apocalypse. Thank you very much. I was thinking of giving Myrel a shot in Winota. Hate Bear plus non-human generation. Yeah. I like the bottom effect, Anointed Procession and Boom, excuse me. Grand Abolisher effects are better than Silence effects if there is a Rule of Law effect out. Right, then that's very specific deck. I don't know... I think a majority of the lists that are gonna, when I see someone playing a deck that is meant to like ad nos and go fast and like fast nos, I'm gonna win the game real quick. And then you in your hand have a Grand Abolisher that is literally just protection for you to go real quick. It doesn't lend itself to being real quick. What does lend itself to being real quick is a card that is inherently instant with more viable scenarios of play. If your meta has players that run stacks though, then yeah, sure. And you're probably the same player that's running the Grand Abolisher anyways. Like if you're the stacks player, you're probably gonna run the Grand Abolisher because you want life to be as easy as possible on your turn. That's totally fine. The slots, Winota are very tight. I don't know about Winota. Toskia's Welcome is hype with token generators. For sure. Like, you can even do... Did you get your fat hanger back walker? I mean, what do you... Anything that's going to generate a token, obviously, you don't need to... This is like, this dies. What generates tokens off turn, like, every turn? If you had, like, a sack engine in the girl that generates serpents, there are things you can do that generate tokens off turn. You're right. I think for 3CMC that's really cool. Does it replace the raccoons? Raccoony? I don't know. I don't think so. Does it replace any of the other viable draw engines that rest in that 3CMC slot? It really depends on what your deck is doing, but obviously in a token generating deck, I think that makes total sense. I like that a lot. Recruitment Officer and Loran's Escape are both pretty good in mono white. Recruitment Officer and Loran's Escape. Okay, so let's go check it out. I think we're gonna see, there she is. 1 white for a 2/1, 3 generic, 1 white. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with a mana value of 3 or less from among them and put it into your hand. Ooh, So this is very much like, I don't know why I'm speaking like Jeff Goldblum here. This is very much like the Dusk Watch Recruiter. Oh yes, look at the top 3 cards. Put a creature in your hand. The real benefit here is the fact that it's a werewolf. But 2, you can put any creature despite its CMC. But again, in most scenarios, a lot of those winning cards, at least in a CDH deck, are going to be way lower unless you're crazy and you're playing Savala, or you're crazy and you're playing Belby, or whatever you're playing that has 3, 4 CMC or more. It's unlikely. It's unlikely. Your Emiel? Get out of here. Don't talk to me about unicorns. What was the other one? Something Loran's Escape? There she is. I do like this one, and thank you for bringing this up. So 1 white for an instant speed. Target artifact or creature gains hexproof and indestructible until the end of turn. Scry 1. This is the kind of protection that I would want in a mono white list like Oswald Fiddlebender. This makes a lot of sense. Protect Oswald, protect my artifact. The hexproof means that we can still target the thing and it's not Shroud. Scry 1. A value on top of it, the indestructible, just for those combat trades. You know how Oswald likes to swing? Never. This is really good though, and I agree with you. Thank you for the suggestion. You earn a gold star. Just check your mailbox. It's coming. I think Charles is potentially playing this in his OG Heliod deck. Charles? Very good, very good. Yes, roll the dice. Whatever I top deck, hopefully it's good. Let's see here. Corrosive behavior agreed, but figure heal. Okay. Hey, Patrick. Okay. Hey, Patrick. Glad to see you again. I'm glad to see you again, and it's glad to be seen. Thank you. I appreciate you coming out to the stream. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. And through the month of November, potentially expect more streams. Who knows? Who knows? I really do want to think. Yeah. We're going to move on. Urza Silex. Let's go to Urza Silex. Okay. You ready for this? Are you ready for this? Oh, this is the last white card. Are you even sure about this? Are you even sure about these two? Will? I'm going to keep calling you out on this one because you gave the most comprehensive list. Urza Silex, 3 CMC for legendary artifacts, 2 generic double white. Exile Urza Silex. Each player chooses 6 lands they control. Destroy all the other permanents. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay, so interesting wipe. You get to keep some lands. Whenever Urza's size 6 lands, it's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. And you tapped like a handful of them. I mean, you have some artifacts that could pay for this in advance, right? Make sure you put your scrap trawler out. When Urza Silex is put into exile from the battlefield, you may pay 2. If you do, search your library for a Planeswalker card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. So, yeah. Put into exile from the battlefield. I mean, well, it will be. I think this is cool. It's an interesting tutor. I don't like that there's a cost attached to it. I think for what you're paying, a grand total of 7 mana, that's quite a lot to get this effect done. I'm sure I'm missing something. Again, novice player. I don't know. But this doesn't seem good to me. Yautian Frontliner. This is the last white card. Then we move on, I promise. 1 generic, whenever Yautian Frontliner attacks another target creature you control, gets +1/+1 until the end of turn on Earth. This seems like it's good for other formats. Anyways. Defabricate. Oh, hell yes. Look at this art. It's a toast to you. I'm just going to take a second to have a drink. And I'll let you read over Defabricate. Okay. 1 generic, 1 blue, instant, choose 1. Ooh, love a good modal spell. I love when I have choices. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell. You want a Ristic Study? If a spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. That's right. That's right. I know you have nothing for exile. You screwed the pooch. Your breach line is foiled. You don't have any more cards to frickin' burn, do you? Or counter target activated or triggered ability. This is actually okay. No one runs the Stifle effects. No one does. And then they complain when they lose to the activated or triggered ability. And it'd be like, why? Why is it always this effect? Why is it always this card? And like, why aren't you running the myriad of blue spells that handle the damn effect? Just do it. Just do it. Okay. Drafna. Founder of Latnam. Yes, they also make a mean gyro. 1 generic, 1 blue, legendary creature, human artificer, advisor, 2/1 body. You may pay 1 generic, 1 blue, return target artifact you control to its owner's hand. Oh, do I smell a combo? Oh, do I smell a combo? I don't. Do you smell a combo? I don't. There's probably one. At least one. 3 generic, tap, copy target artifact spell you control. Copy target artifact spell you control. The copy becomes a token, obviously. That's kind of dope. I like the fact that you can put copies of artifacts on the stack. So if you're playing like a game-winning artifact for yourself, and they're like, I'm gonna zap it, I'm gonna counter it, and they're like, oh no, I didn't see you had 3 generic in a draft now out. You can copy it and have the thing still. So that's kind of cool. Or you have the benefit of doubling down on whatever the hell that artifact is. I don't play blue in Commander, so I don't really know what you bluebies want. in your mono blue draft now? Let me know in the comments, and I will list off that for our viewing audience so they don't have to go to the comment section, which is also very easily accessible. So we have, was that it? Oh no, was that it for blue? Was that really all you thought was good in blue? Damn. And again, if I missed anything, let me know. Because blue was so short, you like that little jiggle, that little screen wobble? It's just for you at home. Isn't AO the hot new white card? Was it hot? Maybe. Long time no see. Power Stone mechanic looks interesting, doesn't it? I agree. I love a good Power Stone. They're fantastic. There's a couple local places that sell them nearby. I think that the fact that they introduced them in MTG is great. People were talking about Silex, so I figured I'd add it. Will is in the chat. I'm sorry. I just read that. Thank you. I appreciate you adding shitty cards to the list that you sent me. No, really though. Thank you, Will. Everyone give a round of applause to Will for giving me the guideline to making the stream come true. I love, user-generated, Discordian-generated content, because it means there's less of a burden on me. So honestly, I can't buck what you suggested, because you made all of this come true. You made my morning so much easier. So thank you. Okay. Are we going to look at the commander deck cards? We certainly will. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments section. I'm sure there's something good in there. Are there any new free spells that are outrageously easy to play? Doubtful. Can they make that mistake again, though, but just not with blue? I love deflecting swat. More deflecting swats, please. More redirects. God, I love a good redirect. Okay, Defabricate goes perfect against the meta in my LGS. Good against Breach and Thassa's Oracle, which is like the meta in a lot of LGS's other franchise. To my understanding, is it true? Are those still Boogeymen cards? Underworld Breach. That card is so good, and I like it for so many reasons. Like, it doesn't have to win the game. It's just a good card. Where Thassa's Oracle can't help herself but win the game. Calamity's Wake, Hercule. I don't know if that's gonna show up. Okay. Hercule, Master Wizard. One generic, 2 teardrops, legendary creature, human wizard, advisor / stairwell connoisseur. 2/4 body. At the beginning of your end step, if you've cast a non-creature spell this turn, reveal the top. That's not difficult in blue. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. For each card type among non-creature spells you've cast this turn. Oh my god. You're making me. I'm started drinking at 10. I can't. For each card type among non-creature spells you've cast this turn, you may put a card of that type from among the revealed cards into your hand. So if I cast an instant, a sorcery, an artifact, and an enchantment, of all the 5 things I see, the non-creature options, I may select one of those things if I've cast it this turn. And that was a lot of mana to do that. Just make sure it's got to be 0 cost everything, this deck. I want 0 everything. For total uselessness. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. That is really cool. This sounds like a really good value. Not too dissimilar to like a Rashmi kind of thing, where you just want to play things out for value and then there's some benefit inside the deck to win. I think this is okay. What was the other one? Arcane Proxy. Arcane Proxy. Let's give it a go. Ooh, no. Oh, he? Who, is there an Arcane Proxy? Excuse me, is there an Arcane Proxy in the house? There we are, yes. Depth Charge Colossus? No. You, sir. Oh, much better art. And I'm not to knock, it's much better art. Okay, 7 generic, artifact, creature, wizard. You're a wizard, Arcane Proxy. 4/3, prototype. You may cast this spell. This is a new effect to me. You may cast this spell with a different mana cost, color, and size. It keeps its ability and size? Are there miniature card tokens in the set that stand in for proxies? Arcane proxies? I don't understand this. Different mana cost, color, and size. I'm assuming size refers to its attack and defense value. I'm thinking physical. Anyways, whenever Arcane Proxy enters the battlefield, if you cast it, exile target instant or sorcery card with a mana value less than or equal to Arcane Proxy's power from your graveyard. Copy that card. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. That is dope. Power? Chainsaw Man, anyone? Power? Okay, so you get to DT again for 3. Does anyone run Grim Tutor? That's not bad. I feel like you're going to predominantly push for blue in lists that run blue. Like you're gonna go for your dual lands that incorporate blue. You're gonna probably push for basic islands because blue is the best counter magic color. It's the only one really, you know? So fuck everyone else. 3 CMC to do that and to copy a thing. Obviously the thing is exiled, so you don't get the benefit of using it later, but that's okay. You get a body that's a 2/1 or a 4/3. You're never going to cast this for 7, I don't imagine. That's really cool. I like this effect a lot. I like Prototype a lot. That's really neat. Anyway, is it the bluest blue that ever blued? Is Arcane Proxy the bluest blue that ever blued? No. Oh, no. Oh, Hercule. Hercule? Yeah, that is definitely the bluest blue I've ever seen. Drafting lets you copy cost reducers with the second ability and loop Gilded Lotus. And that 6 mana draw Lotus, I believe you. With the first ability. Also, you can copy stacks like Chalice the Void on loop. You are gross. Kinda, but only on your turn. You dare insult Guillermo del Toro's Pacific Rim. You know what's funny? I was, without saying it, I'm just like, this is like a really, this feels very familiar. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult it. You can play it for 3 as a 2/1. Your hatred for blue is very funny. Thank you. There's also a Prototype clone in blue. Okay, Roofied. I'm gonna skip blue because blue can suck a D. And we'll go to Disciple of Gix. Oh, Gix is kicking around in the set. Or at least his disciples are. 6 CMC. Oh my god, 6 CMC. 2 black, 4 generic. You got a lovable cast of characters over here. 4/4 body. Whenever Disciples of Gix enters the battlefield. Search your library for up to 3 artifact cards, put them into your graveyard, then shuffle. This is interesting. So this is basically a buried alive for your artifacts at the same speed, but much more costly, and you get a 4/4 body on the back end. Machines feel no fear, no sorrow, no hunger, only glorious purpose, true and pure. It's cool. It's okay. I don't know. That's a very expensive card. It's not going to be in the Adnos deck, right? So which deck is this for? This looks like the thing from Star Trek, like when Captain Picard became a cyborg thing. This guy, just to the right. Our right. Okay. Gix. Gix is in the set. Yawgmoth's Praetor. Oh, that art is so good. Can we just... Oh, yeah. That's good. Yeah, I'm just going to get a good look at you. 1 generic, double black, 3/3 body, and a great job on the art. Legendary creature, Phyrexian Praetor. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller may pay 1 life. If they do, draw a card. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller may pay 1 life. If they do, draw a card. That is good. So the only issue is that anyone gets the benefit of this effect, right? Whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, so it will turn people away from you if it mattered that Crom was swinging at you, and sometimes it's relevant, right? Like if you are playing the Adnos deck and you're like, oh no, I can't take 4 damage, I need to Adnos. it's going to be tough when you're getting beat down by a big cloud in the sky. So this kind of is a deterrent because you would rather get like additional draw, right? And pay 1 life. That's nothing. That's interesting though. I don't know if I like that. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure there's some brilliant scenario in mono black where this is going to be amazing. Asterisks, big asterisks. 4 generic, 3 black, discard X cards, exile the top X cards of target opponent's library, infinite black. Do this. You may play land. Whoa, okay. You may play lands and cast spells from among cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. Okay, so this is an outlet, right? So this is what, when people say win the game, right? They really mean effects like this. Mind you, they need to then draw nothing and lose because of the library clause. Like, sorry, you don't have a library, so you're out of the game. Discard X cards. The discard X cards bit is the impossible bit for this, though. So, don't know if it was just 4 generic and 3 black, which is already egregious, and some other way to pay the cost of exiling the top of their deck. I almost wish that was life attributed. I feel like that's sort of what Black's thing is, like paying life, sacrificing for your own good. This seems okay. Fill me in. Is there? I'm sure there's some amazing thing here that I'm just not seeing. Again, I'm just a novice player. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay. Gixian Puppeteer is the next one I have on my list here. And Gixian Puppeteer reads, again, the art. Like, I never thought Mysterio could look cooler until they added a 3rd arm. 3 generic, 1 black for a creature Phyrexian Warlock. 4/3 body to some desecration to Gix. Decoration! Enjoy! May your mutilated bodies dress up my cavern. What? I don't understand. The flavor text. Whenever you draw your 2nd card each turn, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Sweet. Now, black is the color of life gain? What are they doing? Why are they taking this away from white? White needed this. With all the draw white does, how is white gonna bet? When Gixian Puppeteer dies, return another target creature card with a mana value of 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That is cool. So you've got things like, this is the nearest one that comes to mind because this is a combo card for a long time, and it was a combo card at least. Whenever Phyrexian Delver enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Utilize the live. A little bit more flexible on what you could bring back. Obviously, Hulk lines would include that card. Remember Hulk? Does that ring a bell? Protean Hulk? Probably not. Whenever it gets this is neat in that it's sort of bringing that flavor back without the life loss and the high CMC. Mind you, it's not that much less, but it is easier to splash into a deck. I do like the fact that when you're drawing cards, you're benefiting like a Mo. I don't like limitations on payoffs like this. Obviously, if I could draw multiple cards and make you lose multiple life points, then that's exactly what I want to do. So I think it's okay. I think it's definitely worth noting. And I appreciate you for giving me this on the list. Okay, Gurgling Anointer. This one I believe I've seen. So for 2 generic and 1 black, 1/3 Phyrexian Horror flying. Whenever you draw your 2nd card each turn, put a 1/1 counter on Anointer. Whenever I had to do, I don't know why, but I had to. Whenever Gurgling Anointer, when Gurgling Anointer dies, return another target creature card with mana value less than or equal to Gurgling Anointer's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, something about the 2nd draw. Something. I should have read that prophecy more closely. I didn't know the 2nd draw of each turn would be so relevant in this set. Moving on from Gurgling Anointer, Misery's Shadow. Now this is it Paramore that wrote Misery Business, right? Just a fact I want to put out there, a potential fact. Misery's Shadow, if you're looking at this card with me, pretty banging. In the ruins of Krug, only Anguish thrived. Krug is a pretty hopping place on the weekends, by the way. 1 generic, 1 black, 2/2 body. It's over in Brooklyn. Creature Shade. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. That's pretty gnarly. That's pretty gnarly. I do like, this is Grave Hate. It's in the same sense of like a, okay. If I gotta talk to you about cards, then I guess I gotta look up cards. It's like Planar Void. Whenever a card's put into a graveyard, remove that card from the game, right? Obviously, this is symmetrical, whereas Misery Business is asymmetrical, and it's limited to creatures, but it's quite good in that sense, though. It's still very good. Now, mind you, it does care about how the creature enters the graveyard in the fact that it has to die, but it is really cool additional grave to exile kind of hate. So for one, oh my god, I can't see without my glasses. For one generic, Misery Shadow gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. Is it good? I'll let you be the judge. Okay, so Brotherhood's End. We're moving on to red. So here, time to check the comments. 43 viewers. What? Did you really tell your grandma that we were streaming today? Thank you. Again, through the month of November, free gold stars. Just me handing them out, verbal gold stars. But if you tune in for a live stream and you make good suggestions or good commentary, gold star to you. Gold star to you, and I'll say your name. I might say it wrong, but I'll try. Okay. Power and toughness, size. You can play it for 3 as a 2/1, yep. Gix in a Belby deck for more pillow forts. Hell yeah. Yeah. I do like this suggestion. I like your suggestion. Hi, Moon D's balls. Hey, my Alexa reads me the flavor text of Disciples of Gix every morning since the day the card got spoiled. I reckon that's nothing. Is Fix good in Najeela? Is Gix good in Najeela? That's a good question. Man, this is like the smudgiest smudge I've ever had to deal with. This is good with Necropotence. I could see. I could see that you said that. I can't see what it was in reference to, but I believe you. Disciple of Gix is being considered for black Reanimator decks. Entombment Reanimated. Set up the new artifact Necrotic Ooze. Reanimate Trazeen for a win. Oh, Disciple of Gix is considered for black Reanimator decks. Okay, so I like that strategy. You're saying like do a Buried Alive. That's cool. So obviously, again, oh my god. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna highlight. How's, is it out yet? Yeah. Oh, it looks good. Okay. I can see clear free. That's cool. I like that. It's a step to another step. There's the A, Buried Alive. There's the B, Reanimate. There's the C. It's a bit. It's a bit. Oh, you're just saying you could just entomb the dude. There's a couple other. Isn't there a new entomb effect? Who cares? Anything that puts that creature in your grave, reanimate it. Animate did it. Necromancy. Dothy Voidwalker. Dothy Voidwalker is a mad lad. Is that what the kids saying? Disciple of 6 would be a wicked card to put together a combo for the infinite in Necron 40 deck. I bet you're right. Amogus? Okay, so here's where I passed the buck off to you. Are there any other black cards that are worth discussing from Brothers War before I move on? I have to say that white has had all the highlights for me thus far, and that's not just because I love playing mono white. I think that they're just genuinely better cards, which is just nice to see. Who'd have thunk? Good looking out, Watsy. Okay, Calamity's Wake is good. Exile all graveyards, I agree. Okay, I think we're moving on to red, gang. With the Brother's End. With the Brother's End. So, for one generic and double red, sorcery speed, that's 3 sims, that's really up there. Choose one. Brother's End deals 3 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Okay. That's in line with, some of the 3 damage wipes. The fact that it hits planeswalkers too is pretty legit. Pretty legit, don't quit. It sucks that it hits your own planeswalkers, and if you're in red, like, you might honestly be using Chandra. And you know which Chandra I'm talking about. Destroy all artifacts with mana value 3 or less. Oh, damn. Still no Meltdown. Still no Meltdown. Has Meltdown gone up in value? Was this a spec buy I should have made? This is one of the best artifact removals in the game. It has gone up a little bit. Look at me. I bought these for like 50 cents. Sorry. This is good artifact removal. Brother's End is decent. It's decent, okay? It's a story spotlight card, people. What were you expecting? They can't make everything chock full of value. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Fade from history. Yes. May we fade... Whoa, was that it for red? Stop. No. Stop right now. Thank you. I will sing Spice Girls. Is this... Stop. No. Okay. Is there anything else from red you want to talk about? Because that was sad. Glad to see you here, Patrick. Lulu, glad to be here. Transmogran's Crown equals slow clamp. Oh, we can look at that. Is this but this is just a general artifact. I'll take a look at it. Let's take a look at it. Oh, it's black. Yes, we can take a look at it then, right? Or does this fall into the black category of cards? Yeah, cool. Okay, so 1, it looks more like a cestus than it does a crown. Fogger soldiers hated seeing loved ones' faces among the transmogrants. Ashnod's devised a solution. Yeah, it looks more like a cestus. You ever play any of those like medieval games where they give you the little fist things with the spikes? Looks like one of those. Doesn't really look like a crown, but I'm gonna forgive him. 2 generic, equipped creature gets +2/+0. No skull clamp. I need to see a negative in the other value. Whenever equipped creature dies, draw a card. So I see what you mean with slow clamp. Obviously, 2 generic, 1 black. Is this still a viable card? It doesn't make sense that it's... Okay. For comparison. Because we have to compare these things. It wouldn't be a card analysis and like gave you a proper comparison. What's good about Skull Clamp and why they thought that a 1 generic, 1 equip cost +1 -1 was like a detriment. Like, oh man, it's only giving them +1. We have to do a -1 to counterbalance the draw 2. The draw 2. This card is freaking gas. This card is so good. I love builds that can leverage Skull Clamp really well, like that white legendary that lets you equip other people's things with your own things, like Skull Clamp, like your Arbor Elf. Have a Skull Clamp, and then whenever it dies, you draw 2 cards. What is his name? It starts with an A. I was gonna say Andor. A TV series that I didn't finish because most of the Disney Plus originals have been quite shit recently. This is a good card. Slow Clamp at rare? At rare? GTFO. GTFO, my friend. Not you. Not you, Lulu. You're good. You stay. Thank you for the suggestion, though. Bitter Reunion. Nice tormenting voice variant. Okay. I keep going down when I'm supposed to go up. Bitter Reunion, 1 generic, 1 red enchantment. Bitter Reunion enters the battlefield. You may discard a card if you do draw 2 cards. Sacrifice Bitter Reunion for 1 generic. Creatures you control gain haste until the end of turn. So, you said this is a nice tormenting voice variant? Nice tormenting voice. Okay, so this is it's not a loot. Is it it's loot? It's not loot. No. What is it? What is the word I'm looking for? It's the opposite of loot. It's a scoot. It's a boot. It's a shoot. It's card advantage. and you get to put something in your grave if it's relevant to you. Maybe Rakdosian players will care about that. The haste gain is pretty legit. The fact that this is in the back end of an enchantment that's 2 CMC, Bitter Reunion's good. Why did no one suggest... Will, why didn't you suggest Bitter Reunion? Shame on you. Shame on you. Wait, but who did? Who did? You get a gold star. Where are you? Ah, oh, damn it, your name. I can't read your name. MK. MK, Bitter Reunion, gold star. I heard it looks like asbestos. Mishra, Excavation, Prodigy, and Bitter Reunion, and Mishra's Research Desk. Mishra's Excavation. The crown is worse in all ways, basically, other than the additional power. Arden! I knew it started with an A. Arden, thank you. Arden, never slippin', that boy, real deal. If you wanted to splash white in your partner list, which is rare, it's really cool for a Voltron type build, you know? Fashion Week this year, Voltron was all the rage. Skull Clamp is fun in my Chatterfang deck, I bet. Andor is amazing. I'm sorry, but I will admit it starts real slow. When you release, it was like a 3-episode premiere, is that accurate? When it takes you that long and that much exposition to get me thrusted into the story, and I mean literally thrust, they literally ham-fisted fucking, they could not deliver the story in a more palatable, successful, quick way than that. That was awful. No, I'm sorry. That's why I'm on TikTok. 20 seconds, I get a full story. Andor, you couldn't accomplish that? Freaking She-Hulk was a mess. Like, I understand that you're being meta and you're being counter to, like, what... Sorry. Analyzing cards. Can we stay on topic? Can we stay on... Is that not possible? But I will admit, it starts real slow. Yes, it did. There's a red card, but in EDH Precons, Sardian Avenger, we will get to the Precons in a second. If we reach 100 viewers, that's right, for the month of November, gold stars and the promise of looking at other sets and other cards from current running sets with more viewership. So share this link with your grandma, like, share, and subscribe, all of the above. Hope you're doing swell. Enjoy your weekend as well while you're here with me. I love Skullclamp and Teysa. Pays 2 for feels like tax fraud. I love Skullclamp and Teysa. Pay 2, draw 4 feels like tax fraud. Aaron, yeah, I agree. That's pretty dope. Rummage. Thank you, Roofied. Loot and rummage. Thank you. You're amazing. Okay. Gold star, Roofied Galahad. Gold star. Everyone applaud Roofied. Dr. Burno, damn Pat, it's been ages since OU last streamed. Welcome back. Thank you. And I only read it the way it was spelt out. I appreciate you for welcoming me back into your arms, into your life, into your heart. Thank you. I enjoy doing these. I really do. These are a nice freaking break. Really. Nice freaking break. Rummage, yes. The opposite of loot, both lore-wise and vibes-wise, as a trumpet badoon. By the way, Abdel was the white exile commander you couldn't remember before. I know you know because you like Abdel. Wait, yeah. Wait. Abdel, Adrian, Gorian's Ward. Are you sure? Is this the guy? This is the one. Wait, is this the... Yes! This one. Look at me. Hero. Yes. Human warrior. Respect me. Look at my claymore. I'm level 125 in Elden Ring. Yes. Yeah, that guy looks like that shit-eating grin. I love this. Phil Stone. Gold star. Honestly, that's such a good piece of art. Oh, God, no! You weren't supposed to see that. The opposite of loot. Yep. Pat, what do you think of the new Goblin Warrior 2-drop in the precon? He's Dockside Rival. Ooh, we will get to the precons. Give me the name, though, Dr. Burno. Look at Mishra's Excavation Prodigy. Okay. Okay. Yes. Quite the good card. Mishra Excavation Prodigy. 2 generic, 1 red for a 2/1 body. Legendary creature. Human Artificer. Haste. Pay 1, tap, discard a card, slap your mother, draw a card. Whenever you discard 1 or more artifact cards, these unsets are getting crazier and crazier. Whenever you discard one or more artifact cards, add 2 red. This ability triggers only once each. Motherfucker! Damn it! You could. Why? It's like you need to actually build for it. You would need to actually build for that bottom effect to be useful. You fuckers. Oh, you could have made mono red so fucking cool. Sorry, Godo. sorry, mono red. If that was just indefinite, and it encouraged you to play encourage you to play all of the rummage effects, and you could just keep going through your deck and discarding shit and like just storming. Oh, that would have been so cool. God, now I'm just upset. Now I'm upset. Damn it. Mishra's research desk? God, that sounds like such a boring fucking card. But we'll look at it. Are you serious? Is it really called Mishra's research desk? Oh, you know what? If this is something from the other set, remember, we need to get 100 viewers in here. The bottom of the list is Commander deck stuff. We'll get there. Oh, is it? Oh, is it? Because I'm on all cards, but I think we need to do this. Okay, I'll look at Mishra's research desk. Or not. Am I wrong? This is the Commander set? Sorry, that would have been that card, okay, that Mishra, if that, literally my favorite cards to play in the world are like the Faithless Looting cards, which is a loot, but I love those effects. Like, I wish that wasn't once a turn, Watsy. Why do you gotta make it difficult? It would have been so cool. Thank you for suggesting it, though. You get like half a gold star. Half a gold star. That was a good suggestion. The bottom of my list is hi all. Hope you're enjoying the set. Nice to see you again, Pat. Best wishes with the engagement. Stanley Lendoff, thank you. I am currently engaged. I got nothing to show for it. I did buy this watch, though. Check this out. Brief aside. I just bought this Grand Seiko SBGN 027 for all the watch nerds out there. That's right. It is a Quartz 9F86 GMT. It is plus or minus 5 seconds a year, and I should never have to touch it again. That's why I like watches like this. I also bought this watch that's sitting in a bed of rice because it is water damaged. Okay. Mishra would have been tier 1 if it wasn't per turn. Yeah, seriously, that is such a fucking cool ability. I'm sorry I'm cursing more than normal. I really root for mono red. I love seeing new mono red cards. Legendaries, rather. I love seeing new red cards. Red is one of my favorite colors. And why Boros? Why do I like Boros? But that just hurts so much. It could have been so good. At any rate. Let's move on. I'm sorry. That was too much of an aside, guys. Too many interesting thoughts, too many questions. You just need to stop. You need to stop. Okay? I don't want to know your wonderful thoughts. I don't want you commenting on this video and the other videos and liking and sharing and subscribing. Fade from history. Why would you suggest that with these cute, horrible baby bears? By the way, bears are fucking awful. Quote me, and fight me, but not with bears. 2 generic double green sorcery. Each player who controls an artifact or enchantment creates a 2/2 parent creature token. Then destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Yes. Green, you did it. The goal was, I'm sure, like, they're at the drawing board. They got their whiteboard behind them. They're like, okay, guys, we got it. Man, that wall is really fucked up, isn't it? This room suffered from water damage. I'm not going to turn the camera so you can see this, but I just noticed how bad that wall looks. They're in the drawing room over at WotC Headquarters R&D, and they're like, man, how can we make the most ridiculous board wipe? Bears. They found the answer. It was bears. Freaking awesome. I have nothing else to say about this card. This is every green deck should run this. There are clearly better mass wipes so far as CMC are concerned, but the fact that you're putting 2/2 bears into the world is a wonderful thing or a horrible thing, depending on your point of view. So Fade from History done. Now we have Queen Calebin Krug. I keep doing that. Okay, so I saw this. It's no mono red Mishra revised. Can I just put a Sharpie through the... Oh my god. Okay, so Boros. My favorite. 1 generic, 1 red, 1 white, 2/3 body. I enjoy losing, or I enjoy the challenge. That's true. I play Boros for the challenge. Legendary creature, Human Noble. Pay 4, so a total of 7 mana to get the ball rolling, and you're not going to do this when she drops because she is slow. Look at that strut. This girl has taken her time. She knows she's fine. She's got her new duds on. She's like, shit, boy, I'm going to take my fucking time. Tap, discard all the cards in your hand. Ooh, she just fucking tripped. She tripped hard. Then draw that many cards. Oh, no, she... Right back up. She right back up. No one noticed. None of her followers behind her noticed. You may choose an artifact or creature card with a mana value of 1 you discarded this way. Then do the same for artifact or creature cards with a mana value of 2. In 3, return... I love how this is worded. Return those cards to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. She is taking her sweet time. Did I not say that? Okay, so this feels fabulous. Human Noble, how can it not? I think that it is potentially fabulous. I think that you're looking for the perfect storm of artifact creature. Ooh, it's almost like a better Winota. It's almost like a better Feathers. I don't know. What are people playing in Boros? The sort of the Minotaurs. Anyone playing the Minotaurs? This is really cool. I think this is really excellent value. The fact that you don't know what you're getting, you could whiff, right? You should be building for this like you would a Mishra that relied on rummage effects every turn. Queen Calebin Krug, though. Let me know if you have a strategy with Miss Calebin Krug. Calebin Krug? It's just fun to say. Why am I... Toskia's dig site. Oh... Are we officially... Okay, so we're at lands. I'm just moving on from Calebin Krug's. Apparently, none of the other multicolored legendaries mattered, or multicolored cards from the set mattered, so I'm not going to bother. We don't have time for that. Toskia's dig site, though. Land, tap it, get your generic, get your colorless. There is a difference. 3 generic, tap, surveil 1. Look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your hand. Thank God for the reminder text. It's been so long. So, is this a good card? Yeah. You know why? I'll tell you why. Surveil. Surveil on a land. Surveil on command. There's nothing more to say. Urza, Lord Protector. I can't spell for the life of me. Urza, Lord Protector, yes, my favorite. He's blue and white this time. Maybe he's better. He's always been okay. Urza, Lord Protector, 1 generic, 1 white, 1 blue. Look at that hand. Man, which of the Infinity Stones is he wielding today? 2/4 body, and he flips? What? Human Artificer. Artifacts, instants, and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less. That's right. You deserve it. You're playing blue. The world is your freaking oyster. Lap it up, baby. Just slurp that freaking oyster up. And skip the cocktail sauce because you're not into it. 7 generic. If you both own and control. God, a rather possessive guy. If you both own and control Urza, Lord Protector, and an artifact named the Mightstone, a really great children's book, by the way. An artifact named the Mightstone, you should check it out. It's on a New York Times bestseller list right now. Mightstone and Weakstone, Jesus Christ, these names are long. Exile them, then meld them into Urza, Planeswalker, activate only as a sorcery. That is 7 CMC on top of the 3, and you need both this dude and an artifact named the Mightstone and Weakstone. What do we got? What do we get, kids? Okay. Let's all collectively, can we, I'm not going to rotate the screen. I'm sorry, I'm not. Once each during your turn, you may activate an additional loyalty ability of Urza Planeswalker. You may activate the same ability twice. Shut the front door. So +2, artifact, instant, and sorcery spells you cast this turn cost 2 less to cast. It wasn't enough to reduce them by 1, and you gain 2 life. There you go, white. I see you. I knew the color of life gain. Got to go in there. Do it twice. So it costs 4 less. Look at you. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Okay. Okay. Old Christmas eyes over here. Green and red eyes. That was a choice. That was a definite choice. Draw 2 cards and discard a card. So you can loot twice. 0. Create 2 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens. Neat. -3, exile target non-land permanent. Now that is ghastly. We like that. We like exiling shit. And after you've done your +2/+2 twice, and no one touches Urza because they're dumb, you could do -10. Artifacts and planeswalkers you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Destroy all non-land permanents. Man, I am going to turn to the comments on this one. My neck is... Okay. I'm just going to do this for a little bit. That's a lot. That's a lot. Is there an easy way to do this? Hit me up in the comments. Was there a quick way to do this? What was the quick way? Okay. I do like Urza. He seems like a swell guy. I think the effects are really good. I think that you really need to work for it though. So I can't say it's my favorite effect, but it is an effect. Not a good card, but while you're looking at Mishra, couldn't stop looking at Horned Stoneseeker. Sorry. My comment section here is going by really slow. Edit correction, spelling got you, Pat. Sardian Avenger. I'll look up Sardian Avenger for you. Congrats on the engagement. Thank you. I'm very excited. She's excited. We're doing errands this weekend. That's how we spend our weekends. We, the most domicile things. Shame it's only 1 bear per player, no matter how many are destroyed. Yeah, I play Hoffrey Ghost Forge. Let me look up this Sardian Avenger though. Nope. Okay, so it's in the other set. Cool. We'll do that. We'll do that later. A friend of mine has been proxying Urza and Stones. It flips so easily. Stop. Well, I don't buy it. You need to videotape. You need to document this for me and come back with the receipts, because you know what? I'm just not going to take it. But gold star for your friend if it's true. I don't know. Maybe drop a lot of 1 mana value mana rocks. They're now 0 because of Urza. Then flip him. Okay. Are you telling me I'm wrong about Urza? Are you telling me that this is the best card? Wait. Does this dude make the rocks himself? Right, you need the Mightstone, Weakstone, 5 CMC. Jeez Louise. That's a lot. All right, I believe you guys. You're the professionals. I am just a non-paid streamer, so I'm gonna take your word on it. Liberator Urza, Battlethopter. Yeah, this thing's gas. Okay. Is Portal to Phyrexian here? Did you put Portal to Phyrexian here? No. Okay. Liberator Urza's Battlethopter, 3 CMC, legendary artifact creature Thopter, 1/2, flash flying. You may cast colorless spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. Take that, Mer Shimmer. How you like that? Whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast that spell is greater than Liberator Urza's Battlethopter's power, put a +1/+1 counter on the boy. Now, or girl, I don't know. It's a machine. You may cast colorless spells and artifact spells as though they had flash, and it itself has flash. Is Shimmermer, is this just a better Shimmermer? Look out! Oh no! What's that one guy? The one dude, the white, blue, black guy's sorcerer. He's flying in the air. You turn him, he gets necropotence. What's his name? Well, if you needed redundancy for that deck, which Zur, it's Zur. Well, now you have two of these mofos. You got two of these sons of bitches. This is a cool card. It's very good. And you should be proud. Whomever designed this card, you should be proud. It's a good card. And now I've got a useless Mer Retriever. Thanks for devaluing my collection. You asshole. So, Slagstone Refinery. And guess what? Here we are at the Slagstone Refinery. It doesn't really look like they're doing a great job at the refinery. There's a lot of shit on the ground, but what do I know? I don't work at a Slagstone Refinery. 4 generic artifacts, whenever Slagstone Refinery or another non-token artifact you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield or is put into exile from the battlefield, create a tapped Power Stone. The tapped bit, it's the tapped bit that bothers me. So, another non-token artifact you control, so they're like, KCI, can't fuck with that anymore, is put into a graveyard from the battlefield. And mind you, it's important that it says non-token here because tokens are placed in the graveyard. They're just removed as a state-based action upon that action completing, right? So that's still a thing. So you could get the trigger here to do the thing. So smartly worded, seems completely fair. Power Stones are just shitty soul rings. I said it. Shitty soul rings. We've got Tawnos. Uh-oh, watch this, guys. Keeps fucking with time. Is this the one I'm thinking about? Ooh. Tawnos, Solemn Survivor. Is this... Are we now onto... We're on to the Brothers War Commander set. Woo-woo! All right, guys, get hyped. Get hyped, because you are about to be blown away. Is this... Okay, I think this is it. So I'm going to go to the comments. Let's take a second. I just want to talk with you. I want you to talk with me. How are you feeling about this set so far? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling warm and cozy inside? Let me know. Are you also having a drink? Am I stumbling along all right? Did I miss anything? Are my analyses wrong? Don't look at my analyses. Don't. But what do you think about the set so far? Again, and if I missed anything, let me know. If you feel like there's a good combo in there that we missed, let me know. I love a sweet, sweet combo. You know me. Pat, you gotta read the Mightstone and Weakstone. Okay. I'll read the Mightstone and Weakstone. I know I'm not giving it a fair shake. I know. I'm sorry. I'll read it. Teferi not more busted. Urza also just does sensei stuff. Shimmer Zur will have fun with it. Pat, Mishra is 2-card combo with Buried Alive and the new Necrotic Ooze for artifacts. And also reanimates Bolas' Citadel. Mishra is a 2-card combo. Glad to see you streaming. And Paco, thank you. 2 gold stars to Paco, my boy. Glad to see you streaming again. Glad to be here. Thank you. I didn't even know that was still active. I appreciate that. That and Sarenth Great Worm. Okay. I'm gonna Slagstone is worst KCI fodder if you brick. You have a few extra rocks. I like this set, and I'm drinking beer. Good for you. Yeah, so chat is really delayed here. Yeah, I'm noticing, so I'm not on, I'm on Streamlabs, and I'm on Streamlabs OBS, if you must know. And the chat is kind of delayed, I will say. That's okay. Let me read over the Mishra's Stone, though, really quick. Or whatever, Mightstone, Weakstone. Who gives a shit? No. I clearly don't give a shit. Let me just give you my thoughts on the Mightstone and Weakstone, and I'm just evaluating this card by itself. Okay, this dude shoved these into his fucking eyes. What a weirdo! Urz is a weirdo, man. Okay, The Might Stone and Weak Stone for 5 CMC Legendary Artifact Power Stone. Oh shit, it is a Power Stone, motherfucker. When the Might Stone and Weak Stone enters the battlefield, choose one. Draw 2 cards. Totally down for that. You know me, I love drawing cards. Belby bait. Target creature gets -5/-5 until the end of turn. That's right. Fuck you, Crom. I said it. I said it. I don't regret it. You're flying. I can't deal with you otherwise. So what? And then they're going to complain like, why you have to get rid of it? It's just a value engine. And you're like, you keep turning at me. You keep turning at me, Jen. And I'm tired of it. Stop. And you did it. So tap, add to generic. This mana can't be spent on non-artifact spells. I still don't see it. You know what? I just need to get wrecked. I need to get reamed. I need to get railed by an Urza Lord Protector. And when that happens, if that day comes, I will amend any statements I've made here on the show today. And I will let you guys know that I was wrong. That, you know what? Urza's fantastic. But until I get railed by a fucking freewheeling Urza, then I'm not going to say it. I'm just not going to agree with it. The Unearthed Mishra is a combo with them. I believe it. Kind of getting burnt out on Commander that I'm considering standard, but those prices are yikes. I agree. Well, proxy things, that doesn't help with burnout, I'm assuming, but I enjoy Commander. I think the important thing with Commander, one brief aside before we move on. With any game, I think the important aspect is just to have fun. And even though we're reviewing this or critiquing these or analyzing these cards from the perspective of a CDH master, I still think that the core of this game should be that you and your pals are having fun. Whenever a game gets too involved to where everyone's massively concerned about the outcome, then I think we've lost track of the reason why we're playing, right? At any rate, let's move on. Let's move on. Enough of that soft shit. Because you don't care. You want to hear about Tawnos, Solemn Survivor. I love the old border art so much that I'm actually going to accept that I like this blue card right now. And I feel like I've seen this guy under the 7 train. Okay, under the 7 train. Under the bridge for the 7 train. Tawnos, Solemn Survivor. 1 generic, 1 blue, 1/3 legendary creature, human officer. 2 generic, tap, create a token that's a copy of up to one target artifact token you control. So you could do it and just mill 2 cards, or you could do it copy 1 target artifact token you control. Target artifact token. That's so curious. Create a token that's a copy of up to 1 target. Okay. At any rate, how do you get those, you say? Because, that's probably important for this guy. For 1 generic, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 black, tap, sacrifice 2 artifact tokens. 2 artifact tokens? What am I missing? Is the idea to use things that generate artifact tokens for this guy? Exile an artifact or creature card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of the exiled card, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. The art almost saved you, Tawnos. This sounds like a lot of work. Convince me that it's not. Convince me that it's not. Create a token that's a copy of up to 1 target artifact token you control. Okay, yeah. Because, everyone's itching for those turn 1 plays where they lay down the artifact tokens. And the only artifact tokens you really see, like commonly see, are treasures. And this boy's missing red. He don't bleed red. Okay, he bleeds white, blue, and black. So I don't see it being great. But convince me. I could be bad. I could be crazy. Call me crazy. Kayla's Music Box. Art is spectacular. Oswald bait, maybe. For 2 generic legendary artifacts, pay 1 white, tap. Some real Gusta Scepter vibes here with the looking at shit and putting shit away in exile. Only I may look at it. I'm sorry, I read that in my head. Look at the top card of your library, then exile it face down. Now, you must exile it. It is not a may, but you may look at it at any time, provided you forget what it is. You know, there's only 99 cards in your deck. Remember what the fuck they are. Okay? Is it difficult? It's CDH. You should know every 99 like the back of your own hand. Tap. Until end of turn, you may play cards you own exiled with Kayla's Music Box. The good bit of news about Kayla's Music Box is the fact that you can use her ability off turn. They didn't do that shit where they're like, operate only at sorcery speed. Only do it once a turn. Sorry, Mishra. Okay. So what's nice about this is the fact that you can do this off turn. So you're holding up that silence. You're holding off that Calamity's Wake. Is that the new one? Did I get it right? All right, and you didn't have to do it. You're like, no, I don't need to silence you bitches. Y'all are fine. Do your thing. I'm cool. This card lets you get value off turn, so you start your turn with this card and a draw. It's basically draw. It's basically reading draw. It's a little bit more effort than just a card that said draw, but it does have multi-utility, right? So it's legendary, so if you have effects that care about legendaries entering the battlefield, that's cool. It's an artifact, always relevant. Artifacts are the best. Okay, I know I complain about blue. I know I don't like blue. But I will state that artifacts generally are the best, because anyone can play them. You need a little bit of white for this one, but anyone can enjoy this artifact in white. Thopter Shop. The Thop Shop for 3 generic artifacts. Whenever one or more artifact creatures you control dies, draw a card. This ability triggers once. Pay 2 generic and 1 white. Tap. Create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. So it's artifact creature, mind you. So you're already going for a specific subtyping here. Like, you need to get artifact creatures on the fucking battlefield. And it's 3 to do it with this card. You know, let alone the cost of the card itself. And you have to suffer from the fact that you can only do it once per fucking turn. I think in a majority of games, here's a rant for you. I think a majority of people playing this game are playing it casually. I don't think Commander is like a CDH haven. Like, I don't believe that there are that many people, at least based off the numbers that we got here on the 99. CDH ain't that fucking popular, right? Relative to just casual Commander, people that want to buy the fucking starter set, play the fucking starter, get this card. Why? Why are you limiting these things? Why? It is so many hurdles to make this good. It's not just reading it baseline. There are so many hurdles you'll need to fucking jump to make this work as an outlet to draw your deck. It makes no damn sense to me that you would bar this at all. As soon as if it was just artifacts breaking, yeah, it would be really good. You would have to limit that. Artifact creatures? Come on. So casual players would have enjoyed multiple draw, because you need draw engines in casual just as well as you do fucking CDH. But why not let this be more accessible for players that want to play on a higher end? It makes no damn sense to me that with the limitations for these cards, with these excessive costly abilities, it just makes no fucking sense. I hate shit like that. All right, any rate, ran over. Cool. Thopter Shop. Could have been great. Just ass, though. Just ass. Once per turn, though, so, hey, cool, Yeah, your Skull Clamp is still more fucking valuable than this. Your Skull Clamp is still more valuable than this. Jesus, and Skull Clamp's 1 CMC and 1 to quit. I don't understand. I get that it can be used as an outlet, but just fuck all. All right. Moving on. Root Path Purifier. I don't see a Root Path Purifier. Is it in this other set? Nope. Okay. So Root Path Purifier, man. You're just making up things now. Unless this is like not the full... Is this not the full... This can't be the full... This isn't the full. Okay. No. Ooh, no, we don't... No, this is not what we wanted. This is not what we wanted, gang. We're looking at the variant art? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Well, she's on the screen twice. Is that enough for you? Is that enough? Oh, look at that. Screen wiggle. Screen wiggle. Okay. Root Path Purifier. 3 generic, 1 green, lands you control, and land cards in your library are basic. That's right. That's right. I said it. Your lands are basic. What does that mean? I don't know. Let's do a little advanced search. Basic land. What's the word I'm looking for? Search. Okay, let's just do green. Let's limit it to green. Search your library for a basic land card. Okay. What are these? What the fuck are these? Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal them. Okay, so that's good. It's artifact you can use in one. Borderland Explorer. Each player may discard a card this way. May search your library for a basic land. Cool, cool. Blighted Woodlands. Everyone's running Blighted Woodlands in CDH. 3 generic, 1 green, sacrifice Blighted Woodlands, search your library for up to 2 basic lands. Okay, so what I'm driving at is that there are, just in green alone, 175 cards that incorporate the text, search basic land. That's not to say that all of these cards will allow you to search basic lands, but haven't you always wanted Gaia's Cradle to be a basic land? Or not, I don't know. Maybe you don't want accessibility at the cost of 4 CMC. It's hard to say what deck Root Path Purifier slots into, but the art's dope, the effect is dope. And I think she's dope. Okay, so moving on. The Archimandrite. The Archimandrites. Look at my fingers. There's magical effects coming from my fingers. You better watch out. For 2 generic, 1 blue, 1 red, 1 white, legendary creature, human artificer, 0/5. Can you hear my cat? Oh my god. He does this sometimes when he's lonely. Otherwise, this is just weird. If you can't hear my cat, then very loud. Okay. Legendary creature, human advisor. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain X life, where X is the number of cards in your hand minus 4. X is the number of cards in your hand minus 4, so you'll need a total of 5 cards in hand to gain at least 1 life. Did I do the math right? I hope so. Otherwise, I look like an idiot. Whenever you gain life, each advisor, artificer, and monk you control gains vigilance and gets plus X plus O until end of turn, where X is the amount of life you've gained. Wow, the color of life gain plus blue plus red. Jeskai just got better. Tap 3 untapped advisors, artificers, and or monks you control. Draw a card. It's probably that last effect that people are most excited about. I'm going to assume that the draw a card, and not once per fucking turn, is what people were excited about. Yeah, that's good. If only life gain equated to making advisors, artificers, and monks. But still, very, very cool. I think that is viable. It's a thing that could be done to win games. Is it the best commander out there? No, but it is an option. The best commander is the one right here. Can you see where I'm pointing? It's Shoyu from Haikyuu. That's the best commander. It's the one right here. It's the one that's in your heart, kids, okay? Farid, Enterprising Salvager, 2 generic, 1 red, legendary creature, human soldier, 3/3 body. So we're plowing through these. I'm gonna stop as soon as I go through these last 3, and then we can just talk amongst ourselves. We can just figure out what we've stumbled through, if any of these are worth picking up, and whether or not you should be considering subscribing to the channel. If you're not, I don't know. Whenever a non-token artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, create a colorless artifact token named Scrap. For 1 generic, 1 red, sacrifice an artifact. Could be Scrap. Choose one. Put a 1/1 counter on Ferret. It gains menace until the end of turn. That's right. You need to block me with 2 or more creatures, good sir. Goad target creature. You need to attack me with that creature, good sir. Discard a card, then draw a card, and as we know, that's called a rummage. Whenever a non-token artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield. So, go ahead. Underworld Breach. Lion's Eye Diamond. Stop. I know there's going to be someone's going to be like, Ferret is a 2-card combo with the Babashnickel. And then I'll be like, okay, I believe you. And we'll see if it's any good or if it's comparable to just doing Demonic Consultation, Thassa's Oracle. That's the bar. Let's just be honest. That's the bar. And it's in Dimir. So we're not there when it comes to Ferret in mono red. Haywire Might. Now this card is the shit. And not only because I can't find it. Oh my God. You know what I don't like? You know, I bet I can find it on Scryfall. So, what are all these? Look at I just can't be bothered to read through. Do you want to look at the images of cards from this particular subsection of the set? Or just give me the cards from the... Show me all the cards. Show me the cards, Watsy. Why do you make it... Why is it easier to find it on Scryfall? Okay. Full screen for you babies. Full screen for you brew babies. Haywire Might, for 1 generic artifact, creature, insect, 1/1 body. When Haywire Might dies, gain 2 life. That's right, green can do it too. Pay 1 green, sacrifice Haywire Might. This is the bee's knees right here. Exile. Non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment. So I think the nearest 1/1 is going to be your Caustic Caterpillar, right? As so far as like low CMC, explode things, but that's just it. So this says destroy, artifact or enchantment. Mind you, different selection of things here, but non-creature artifact, non-creature enchantment isn't that bad of a stretch, right? Like, you've got other removal for the creatures, generally. The fact that this is 1 generic and 1 green, so it immediately accessible card, super easy to find at 1 CMC, place on the battlefield at 1 CMC, use any mana to place on the field at 1 CMC, use that leftover green to exile just value. Just value. Like that stupid Ristic study. As soon as Haywire Might goes down, like you just play it and you're like, all right, that's it. It's my turn. I'll pass. No one wants to play their value pieces anymore because all the value pieces are artifact and enchantment. And there's so many ways to recover creature and artifacts. This is a very good card. It's probably my favorite card from the set. I said it. This is a really good card. This is amazing removal. It's hyper universal, provided your deck uses green. This is, I don't know, it just feels like a better Caustic Caterpillar to me, right? So Caustic's more expensive. You only destroy it. And again, like Exile is a zone that people don't mess with. Exile is a zone that people don't really concern themselves with. Not generally. Anyway, you like that wiggle? Sarinth Steel Seeker. So I might have missed the dockside, but you know, the new dockside, whatever. We'll talk about it later. This guy is just leading this little snake on. I did not mean to zoom in this close. Sarin Steel Seeker. Creature, human artificer, scout. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, you may surveil. You may put it into your graveyard. That's right, we don't use keywords because it might confuse players, right? I forget the logic here, but why make something easier when attached to a keyword when you can just spell it out for the little babies? This metal chunk is ugly, but it's got its uses. 1/2 body, I should mention. So whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control. So obviously, if it's a land card, you may... Look at the top here. If it's a land card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put it into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. So does the second part of this, if you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. Can it not be a land and go into your graveyard? If it's a land card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. The separation between those two lines of text makes me think that if the card itself was like an artifact and you're not able to reveal it and put it into your hand, you could just put it into your graveyard. And it says you may put it into your graveyard. So presumably you would put it back on top provided you didn't. I think the benefit here is the fact that you could potentially fuel your graveyard with a card like this and just put lands in your hand, which is great for any sort of lands matter list, which happen to exist in green. So Sarenth Steelseeker, pretty gas, 24 cents, treat yourself. Okay, now, where the hell am I when it comes to comments? I feel like we're behind. Tanos Jeeds just, okay. Tanos makes 30 Sphere of Resistance tokens. We can look at Tanos, but not Urza, Lord of Krug. Urza, Lord of Krug? Okay. Oh. I guess we can look at Urza, Lord of Krug. Well, sorry. Hey man, at least it makes clam fodder. True. Any chance Brewers return? Yashar? Likely not. Unless we were sponsored or funded by someone to do the content I do, because I'm now paid regularly to film content, and then I prefer to just be paid to make content. And I think we can make really smashing gameplay, but it's costly and time consuming, so likely not. Not in a pre-con, but one of those cards in a set premium pack that aren't based on the set of commanders. Okay, so I'm just gonna respond to some comments as we do here. Archimandrite is hype for swinging for 200 off something like Heliod's Intervention. Also using stuff like Jeskai's Ascendancy to Storm. Okay. Ferret is nice in KCI. With the scraps. Another home for Soulfire Grandmaster, a card I wish was legendary. Great Desert Prospector, Wreck Hunter are two new Docksides. They weren't on the list because they weren't great. If you cast your Arcane Proxy, it can cast Brain Freeze if you do the prototype model. Right. And we all love Brain Freeze. I'm behind live quite a bit, but the problem with Calamity's Wake versus Grand Abolisher is that it silences you as well. Right. So if what you're trying to do requires non-creature spells, it doesn't work, right? And the list I'm thinking about, specifically Oswald Fiddlebender, it's not an issue. You could silence and win the game with that particular effect. I do understand your meaning, though. It is symmetrical in the sense that you are silencing everyone. So it's like there was another new silence that was 2 CMC that I think silenced everyone as well, or just your opponents during combat. I get what you're saying, though. I think it's probably going to be more used as a stop winning the game than anything else. Totally understandable. Loved those videos. Any smart alcohol brand would sponsor Yashar. Thank you. Yeah, no, just on that note, I really do miss doing Brew Wars, and I really do miss producing my own content. It is nice to have something that I enjoy be something that I work on. And I get to do that now with the content I'm creating, but it is very taxing and it's very demanding, and there's a lot of work, and I'm very often working overtime to make ends meet. So as the only videographer editor of my crew. So yeah, it's difficult. And I would totally be down to do Brew Wars again with heightened quality, both audio, video, and editing. But I just not in the cards at the moment. There's a lot of things I would love to be doing though. So we'll see. We'll see. I want to keep this channel going though, for you guys who have hung out this long. Whether it remains MTG content or becomes something else is a different story. I have a lot of hobbies and interests that I think we might all share in, but MTG is one of them. It's up there for me. One thing I do miss doing now is game content, and it'd be nice to share. It would be nice to share gameplay again. I think that like something like Justin's Cube might be better, more fun to share, just because of the spontaneity of it. Like deck building in general, building on the fly, and the strategy that revolves around playing a cube. Like it's honestly my favorite way to play as well when it comes to Magic, because it requires no... Well, if you have someone who has a cube, like if you have a cube master, it requires no effort on your part. It's very low lift to show up and play someone else's cards. But yeah, I miss that, and I do like the strategy there a lot. When you have players, though, that are well aware of the deck strategies at the table and are finely tuned in with their deck, when it comes to Commander, that is equally as fun. And for me, my struggle with Commander had always been the fact that I was making new decks and playing new decks all the time, so it was very hard for me to focus on any one strategy, right? To commit to any one strategy long enough to know it well enough to always know the right player, always know the right card, I definitely did not. But Brew Wars were still fun to do. At this point, feel free to leave any questions, comments, or concerns, queries about the set in the comment section after this video, of course. Please fire up a conversation after this video. I love it when you guys chat here or over on the Discord. I'll encourage you to join on the Discord. This is something that I really cared about when I built up, and I don't want you guys to feel like I've abandoned you or I don't care about this, because trust me, self-made content creation, like doing stuff that just I personally enjoy, is still something that I enjoy. And it's just, unfortunately, something I just don't have enough time for. So being able to do this today for 2 hours was crazy, because I don't generally take this much time to myself ever. So it's nice. This is a nice weekend to do this. But yeah, let me know if there are any other cards that we missed. I feel like I missed a few, but they were maybe iffy. I would say that Haywire Might was my favorite. Is just flexible, usable removal. But yeah, AMA for the last, let's just say 6 minutes, and then I think we're good. Would you review it? Pat, if we sent you deck list, would you review it? No, just because that's also very time consuming, and I would want to give whatever list I'm looking at a fair shake. Again, I wouldn't say I'm like an expert, and it really depends. Like the choices I might make wouldn't necessarily be good for your meta, if that makes sense. Like whatever you guys are playing with, or rather against, will usually dictate the card choices you pick. So it's hard to make hard and fast decisions there. So giving a deck a real fair shake would also incorporate like what are your flex spots, what are alternatives, provided you're facing off against a lot of stacks, you're facing off a lot of what am I doing? I hate the word, but turbo decks, like lists that are trying to go quickly. It's so silly. A lot of lists can win on turn one, but it's not necessarily their intention. You know what I mean? You just get the god hand. Okay. Can you hear this cat? Can you hear this cat? This guy, he gets so upset when I'm not in the same room as him, and he's not allowed in here because he's an idiot. Okay. Lovable idiot, but an idiot. Question, comment, concerns. Where did the burns go? I need my burns. Your burns? Sideburns? What burns? Which burns? Burns like the commenter earlier? I can imagine with wedding planning, you're tight on free time, Stanley. Yeah, we're lucky. So Allison, my fiance, and I, our sister-in-law is a wedding planner. So we cheated a little bit. Our wedding is November 3rd. Next year. It's the 5th now. Okay. I don't even know. I don't even know what day it is. It's November 5th. It's November 3rd of next year. So very excited. My birthday is December 3rd. Her birthday is August 3rd. So we picked a 3rd. Thought it would be fun. And it is. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. We're also holding it in the city, which was a choice, a very expensive one, but it was definitely a choice. Pat, your shorts were hilarious. I'm surprised you didn't pop off from those. Yeah, honestly, me too. No, the shorts were good. I would say that they had a much better life on YouTube than I would say they did on TikTok. I don't understand. So can you hear him? He sounds like he's dying, but he's not. He's probably just humping a blanket. Okay. So the shorts, I do love those. They aren't that difficult to work out. It's just, it is a couple of hours to not only script, but film and edit. And if there's a costume change, depending on how involved it is. I hope you can hear that. That's what a randy young male cat sounds like. Okay, but yeah, I was doing those. Almost thought you skipped your own wedding. Yeah, no, I could have. I nearly did. Oh shit, it was this year. Question, comments, concerns, burns has been the staple closer phrase for the 99. The burns we have mysteriously disappeared. We need you to find the burns. Have I said Burns before? Have I said Burns? I'll take your word. Okay, I finally hear the cat. Thank you. So I'm not crazy. That cat needs to stop. Okay. Cool. Thanks. I'm glad. I just want you to know I'm not crazy. That's all I really care about. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I enjoyed myself. I have a Steam Deck. I said that earlier. I kind of feel like streaming gameplay sometimes. I don't know if that'd be enjoyable. Probably not. But it would give me something fun to do and spend time with you guys. I enjoy doing this content. I enjoy doing gameplay content, but it is very difficult to get people in the same room nowadays to play. However, I would love to do more gameplay just weekly on the Discord, pending free time. But you guys are more than welcome to join the Discord and chat amongst yourselves. Obviously, talk shop when it comes to MTG. I do want to do streams more often than not. It really depends on availability, but that is something that I miss doing. These are just fun, relaxing for me. So if you enjoy them, thanks for watching this one. And I will see you hopefully on the next one. I'm not actually looking at you. You're just looking at me.